Welcome back. Singer and songwriter Azana is making waves with her hot new single, Zalabantu. She says the song explores her Zulu culture and is telling her lover to come to her home to pay lobola.
Well, she joins us now in the studio for this conversation. Thank you so much, Azana, for your time this morning. Very good morning. Looking absolutely beautiful as ever. We can't wait to experience it. Do you know what is beautiful is having to see how so many artists are coming out so proud of their culture and their heritage and being able to articulate themselves also in their languages and being able to see that transcend across color lines just simply because of the purest enjoyment of music. But just talk to us a little bit about that journey for you as well as the release that we are going to experience in not so long.
Thank you. I think it's so important to actually showcase our culture because I feel like there was a disconnect between the generations that were before us when it comes to even having African weddings, Zulu weddings. I know my mom and dad did not get married the Zulu way, and I was so interested in it. And they finally did, so I got to experience that. And so we want to make sure that we show people how beautiful our culture is and tell them that this is beautiful. They used to do it before, so let's do it again because it's a part of our identity. Yeah.
Just the importance, Azana, of expressing yourself, especially as a woman artist. The importance of being able to be vulnerable in your craft, in your work, because you know, you look at someone like Adele. Adele has literally broken records, shattered all kinds of records with 19, 21, and 25 by being vulnerable. You know, just talk to us about the importance of being able to do that in your work, but still giving amazing music.
We were actually talking about that, and a perfect example of it was the most shared lyric that I have right now is Ngizokuzalalela sikhulise isibongo sakho. And before I went to the mic and actually said that, I was so scared. I was like, I feel like this is too much information. I feel vulnerable. I feel like if my parents hear this, they're going to be like, uzozalela bani, you know? So, and then they encouraged me, and they were like, be vulnerable with the music, and you'll realize how many people actually will relate to what you're saying because we all go through similar things. So I've learned to be very vulnerable with my music. I was very vulnerable with my music for the second album as well, Ikaku. I feel like even with my songwriting, I was very specific about the things that I was talking about. So I can't wait for people to hear my album, Ikaku. It's coming very soon. We have songs such as Kunzima Egoli, where in the first album I was like, Egoli ngifuna umsebenzi, I want a job in Johannesburg. And now I'm like, it's very hard in Johannesburg. And it's just me being very honest and vulnerable with my journey. And I know that people will relate to that.
I think more than anything else is not just even articulating the journey, but also articulating your story. And to tell, the ability to tell your story in an authentic manner. Because your music is storytelling. It's not just a hook. You know, where sometimes I think music becomes the hook and the beat. Right? And music is not that. It's also around the storytelling and the engaging of those that are listening to it. How important is that, and was that for you, especially when it comes to the past albums, to be able to storytell as opposed to get a hook that's catchy and mix it up with the beat?
What she said was so beautiful. I always remind myself that because there's a lot of noise and there's a lot of things happening around me and there's a lot of music coming in. And sometimes you want to go into studio and not be that authentic because you're like, I don't think people are going to like this. So staying true to myself and doing what feels right for me and not doing it for other people is something that keeps me going, and it makes me do the music that I do. So that little girl who wanted to tell her stories is still me now. So I don't put too much pressure on myself on doing things that I think people will like. I do things that sound beautiful to me and my team. And that's what makes us happy. Because at the end of the day, we're living life, you know, and we're trying to express ourselves the way that it makes sense to us, and we want people to hop onto that and understand it the way that we understand it, you know? So it's us sharing our story, not trying to mimic other people's stories.
Love it.
Yeah.
Well, Azana, we're going to let you share your story that you
Thank
did
you.
not mimic like everybody else's story. So
Yeah.
we're going to give you the floor to just please let us in and share with us, you know, the beauty that is Zalabantu.
All right, take a shot.
Ungakhohlwa nokuphatha amamila amabili embula mlomo. Ngithi uNkulunkulu mengakithi akekho ongamelana nathi. Uthando lwethu lomelele angeke baphike nathi. Soyibamba njalo dada, sizoze siphumelele dada. Soyibamba njalo dada, uthando lwethu luphumelele njalo. Darling, mama bambe, I'm feeling, darling, mama bambe, I'm feeling, I'm a mela darling, la le, mina yaspelanga, mina yaspela, zenzo zami dali Zulu wenta mina yaspela, Lizio ya mi dali shanga mata dali yaspela. No, yes, I won't get darling,